Yes, people, we're back with another episode and a smoky one at that. It's me, Coach Michael,
Yes, Coach Drive in the building.
and we are OHB Academy, all right, Online Health Business Academy, and we're just helping PTs, starting out online coaches, avoid the mistakes that we made, all right, and get to 5K and beyond per month. So look, today's going to be a smoky one, like I said, and the title of it is How to Pick the Right Business Coach, okay? I say it's a smoky one because right now it's scary times, all right? It's scary times because ads are a booming operation, and if you're watching this, I guarantee you've had many ads from different business coaches, all right? And some of them are gold, right? I think that's fair to say. Some of them are flipping amazing, and there's a lot more of them that are gonna sap your money really quickly, all right? They're charging ridiculous amounts, and look, it's like some people are on this whole I'll invest whatever I want, it's in myself, and I'll bet on myself and all of that, and I 100% understand that. That's cool, but you have to invest wisely. It doesn't matter what it is, whether it's mentoring, whether it's in real estate, whatever it is, you still have to invest wisely. So as people who have done it before multiple times, what we're going to do is try and give you the best guide we can on how to actually pick a business coach for your online fitness business, all right? So, we've put some little steps together in terms of the way we would go about, making that decision of who you're going to pick. The first one is, where are you in your journey? All right. I'm going to pull it over to you, Javen, to say, what does that mean to you? Why do you think that's important for someone to think about before they go?
Yeah, man. I think that one of the reasons that that's important is because there's a lot of business coaches that will take someone who doesn't know anything about online and has zero system set up, and they're trying to teach them the whole technical high level stuff when they ain't even made £100 online yet, or they're still doing £50 programs online. So you need to understand, obviously we know who we're talking to. We're talking to PTs that have zero online business, or maybe you've been online but you don't know exactly what you're doing, you try to do it on your own. Like, we're trying to help people get to their first 5K. That's our target market. So we know that if that's where you are in the journey, we can help you, because that's who we're targeting. But some of these coaches will take on people that are in that position and try and teach them the 10K and the 15K and the 20K stuff, and not help them get through the small steps that are actually needed. And another reason why this is important is that if you are someone who you have no business online at all, or you've never even tried, you need to recognize that going for some of these guys that look like they're the best ones can be a bit of a shot in the leg, right? Because what happens is they just slap you on a group program. And it happened to me.
Fact.
I can't even name this guy.
That's a fact.
But this is a guy right now, and I don't know how to say this without...
He's out there heavily. Yeah, I see him today.
And it's a group program, innit?
Yeah, there's a lot of them, there's a few.
And it's an expensive program, but I'm just slapped in a group. And yes, you can learn in a group, and but everybody needs a one-to-one touch point, because my business is different to Michael's business is different to me, our personalities are different, our content is different. So how can we just be following the same script? There's always going to be a little nuance. And I'm not saying that I need someone to be on the phone every day, but once a month, you should be getting at least a personal touch point. So where you are in your journey, it's important that you select the right person that suits what you need, basically. So that's my thoughts on it. What would you say?
No, 100%, because like we said, we're talking to people right now, if you're watching, who you've just started out, and you need that personal touch, because where are you, like, what do you know? And the biggest thing that holds us back is what we don't know, and you don't even have a clue what you don't know.
Because you don't know it.
Like, you don't know it. So like, we've had like some of the, I talk to people, I do like most of the one-to-one calls at the moment with the OHB clients that have come in, right? We'll both be doing them, and when I talk to someone, like, we start from the absolute basics, because there's so much that they don't know. And not only do I give them the, lay down the right foundation for them, I know what to tell them now and what will come a bit later. So if you're in a group program and you just get left with a members area, right, and some webinars that you turn up to, then it's all good, but how do you use that information?
Yeah.
All right.
Because where do you know where to start? Like,
that's it. Yeah.
That's one of the biggest issues. That's why our first mentor was quite good, in the sense that even the way the members area was laid out was like, all right, beginners, you guys start here. Like, so even though it was a group program, you still got one-to-one calls, and you also got the members area, which is actually, it was layered quite well in terms of, okay, beginners, 2 to 3K, 5 to 7K. Like, it was laid out quite well. So yeah, it's important to know that, man.
Yeah. So where you are in your journey, are you just starting out? Have you made your first few thousand online? Are you a bit more advanced than that? This will tell you what type of business mentor you need. But this is also gonna, am I good with the mic? A bit low, yeah. But this is gonna lead me to the second part, all right? That ties in with the first part. What's your actual bottleneck? All right. As soon as you've understood the basics of online coaching, which is where your first mentor should be really helping you, right? The basics, the fundamentals, the the systems to start off with, just to have laying down a real good foundation for your business. I've got clients with me now from when I first started this thing. That's a good foundation, right? They're gonna be singing your tune. So, once you found out the basics, you want to now be able to know what's your bottlenecks in business, all right? So, bottlenecks could be, maybe, is it lead generation, getting clients through the door? Is it your content strategy, right? Is it keeping clients on? Okay. So that will tell you again what business coach you're picking. And we're literally helping you step by step pick a business coach. Okay. You've got on a call with them, you're talking to them, they're telling you about your package. Now they're going to make it all about them, what they can do for you. They're going to lead the way. But for you to kind of take back the driver's seat and make sure this is right for you, like we said in step one, know where you are on your journey. And then secondly, what is your bottleneck? What do you actually struggle with, or what things, multiple things?
Yeah.
What would you say on that?
Yeah, no, it's important to know that, because earlier this year, I thought for a second that my bottleneck was sales. So I was considering getting like specific sales business coach. But then the only reason I didn't go with them was because actually my leads were starting to dry up. So imagine if I spent all this money on a sales coach, but I ain't got no leads. I would have all the skills, but nowhere to action the skills. So again, it's important to know where you are in the journey. I wasn't struggling with leads, but I didn't have the amount of volume that I needed to make it worth investing in a sales coach. So it's all about knowing where you are, and then again, what your bottleneck is. Now I'm addressing the lead generation problem. So then now I can maybe my problem next will be nurturing, or then it might be sales later down the pipeline. So again, yeah, knowing your bottleneck is important. And that was just more of like a personal story of what I considered, because I always think it is worth investing in yourself. And there is periods where, I need to just, instead of investing all the time, you got to just put your head down, get to work and see what you produce. But it is always worth having a coach, because you don't know, like myself, you don't know what you don't know. And a second pair of eyes is always beneficial. And to further add to that as well, is you won't know your bottleneck unless you're tracking data. So I know a lot of PTs, especially people on the gym floor, they are not in touch with their numbers. Most of them are not in touch with their numbers. Like, they just going to the gym and talking to people,
taking money in the bank.
Yeah, they're just taking the money in the bank, cash in hand. And the problem is, if you don't know your numbers, then you don't know what area you need to work on. So like, I can tell you, okay, I had a month where my closing rate was only 25%.
What's closing rate?
So closing rate is how many successful sales I had, like how many successful sales I made out of all the calls I had. So, but then really it was 25%, but I'm looking at the amount of calls I had. I didn't have enough calls anyway. So 25% of really low numbers. I had 2 problems, but I would not have known what those problems were if I didn't know the numbers. So you need to know your numbers, man. And if you're a PT on the gym floor, there are some things that you can track even now. How many conversations a day am I having? Because PTs, I know you think that, oh, I'll just work in the gym and people will come. Yeah, they'll come, but you can create more business just by having more conversation. And there's a great podcast for just PTs, like gym floor PTs. I cannot remember what it's called. I think it's called PT School or something like that. And they say, like, if you're a gym PT and you're doing 4 hours, you should be having 100 conversations, 25 conversations an hour. And when I think about it, that's only 25 people in an hour. Like, you just say hello to, how are you, what you working today? Just a conversation, and then introduce yourself so they know you. That's 100 more people that you know in your gym, in your local gym every day. And when you move online, they're gonna see you move online. They're gonna want to know more about you. What's this he's doing? And when you start getting marketing right, so there's so many things. Like, we could keep going, but yeah. So knowing your numbers helps you know your bottlenecks, so then we can make better choices with picking a business coach.
Okay, no, that was a solid point that you made. So basically, we talked about data. Every one of you have data, as you just explained, right? You have data. You might think, because I know data can sound like a big word, or what's the data? You have data because you have people you're talking to, you have people who are interested, you have sales that you're making, and all of that stuff, right? So literally, it's a Google sheet, right? It's a Google sheet. We use a Google sheet that's already been done up. And I'll be honest with you, this is again a benefit of a mentor, because we started with one sheet, then got another sheet from the mentor, and we just kept getting the better sheets, and they flipping help, right? Because they give you clarity, which is what Ren was talking about. Because in case you don't know, bottleneck is like, if you your sink, you got pipes, and if something's stuck in a pipe, it's not flowing, you've got a leak now, right? Or you've got a flood. So that's how it works in terms of your business. There's something there, and if you just look at certain numbers, you're going to be able to know what's wrong. So that's why data is so important. And when you do that, and when you have that data, and reach out to us on a personal one-to-one level, drop us a message and say, can you give me a data sheet? And I'll give it to 5 people. First 5 people who take action, I'll give them our own data sheet that we give to our clients. That's probably gotta be worth like about 500 quid. I'll be very honest with you. All right, next point. What are you making? This is key. I'll be very honest, right? We paid loads for business coaches, right? We paid like over $1,000 per month for certain coaches, all right? And certain coaches that you're going to get onto, because I'm on your side here as well. I'm not just on the coach's side. This is why we're doing this topic. Certain coaches will tell you like, yeah, you can spend this much because you're going to make X amount and blah, 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 blah. No, all right? For you to succeed, there's always got to be a level of risk. If you want to be a high achiever, don't get me wrong. If you want to be a high achiever, it can't always look so perfect, right? Like, okay, this is 5% of what I'm taking. This is amazing. Sometimes you've got to, it depends on what you need. And the next point, which I'm going to say, and I'll just tie it in, your potential, right? Your potential of what you could make versus your investment, all right? Yeah, the potential of what you could make versus your investment. So if you're already making 10K per month and someone is asking you for 5K per month, but much of what they're saying is to get you from, I don't know, like, the type of things you're doing now, or can get you an extra, to 5K per month, it's still going to be 30% of what you're taking home, all right? Like, it's still going to be 30% of your whole income. That's still a lot, even if they are giving you stuff. If they're now guarantee you stuff that's going to 5x what you're doing, they've got a system like that, then now we're talking more about the 20%, 50 or 10% or whatever of your income. This makes sense, all right? So you want to know what are you making at the moment, all right? And how much of a risk is this versus what they're giving you? Ours is a no-brainer. This isn't a shameless plug. It's just us being real, because we're talking about getting you from something very simple, 0 to 5K, all right? 0 to 5K. Our first clients that's come on board with us, like, they've gotten their first couple clients and they've covered the program. So it is what you're making is important in the grand scheme of things. I'll just say that.
And like, you want to make sure that you're not spending too much of a percentage of your income on mentorship. Because of course mentorship is worth it, the investment is worth it, but I think some people, they overprice it like way too much. Like, it's just too overpriced, man. Like,
a lot of people,
they're charging you mad money to just like tell them, okay, you need to send 50 messages a day. I could get that for free on YouTube. So, and I know it's not always the information you pay for. You pay for the speed. So like, because I say that with fitness coaching, like, you're not paying me to write you a gym program, really. You're paying me to hold you accountable and implement and give you the best route to get there. So like, yeah, with business mentors, sometimes you got to realize that you're paying for the speed and the knowledge of someone that's already done what you're trying to do. But some of them, price wise, they're taking a piss. They're taking a piss. Like, yeah. I'll be honest with you. Like, I don't think anyone should be paying more than 500 to 750 a month on coaching, on business coaching.
No. I'm not gonna say that.
That's my opinion, bro.
Yeah, no, which is good.
I don't think like 750 a month, even that just is too much, bro.
Yeah. Let me explain why.
It's just too much. I just don't think a month.
Right, cool.
Go on, you go.
So my thoughts on this is that this is why I didn't just say what you're making, don't spend X amount. It is about your potential versus the investment, all right? The potential of what they're saying versus the investment. And then it takes a bit of savviness and obviously reading the contract and making sure that, like, there's some sort of guarantee there as well, which will be the last point, but I'll stay on this point, yeah? There are some people out there who know with the back of their hand how to get you to 6 figures a month. There's people out there that have a running track record of getting people to a certain numbers. If that person is guaranteeing you get that, right, or money back, for example, are you now gonna tell me that that's too much?
Depending on how much I'm making. So yeah, it depends.
Depending on how much you're making. Yeah,
depends what you're making.
How much you're making. So this is what I'm trying to say. So that's why all of all the points kind of fit in together. I think the reason with what you're saying and why that makes makes sense is if for our audience generally.
Yeah.
If you are starting out and it's just someone that's telling you I can get you PT clients, I'm a fitness blah 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 blah, then at that point, yes, I'm not gonna lie, over 750 is a lot.
Yeah, that's
what
what
I'm
I'm
trying to say.
And if you're a PT on the gym floor and you've never been online, and then you're using your PT client money that you're generating to then put 750
all of that
towards that, and you got to pay rent, like oof, that's like 15 clients. That's if you charge £50 an hour. I don't know, maths ain't great, but
nah, I'm gonna
that's
say no.
15 sessions a week.
Nah, I'm not gonna
on mentorship.
There's a lot of different
If it's
PTs out here.
750.
There's a lot of different PTs out here.
I mean, if you're a PT and you're doing well,
Yeah,
you're
there's a
doing
lot of
like
different
seven to 10k per month from PT.
Yeah,
then yeah, it's worth it.
It's more of a percentage of what
what you're making. Yeah,
that's
yeah.
more of what it is.
Yeah.
It's a percentage of what you're
750
making.
is still a lot though, but yes, it is a percentage.
That's the South London in us. You know what I'm saying?
Like one day our mentorship's going to be 750.
That's the reason I'm being real. That's why I'm being real. Like,
our mentorship's going to be 750.
Because right now, if we know that we can get you, if we know we can get you,
it's worth
to 5k like per month, and like you're gonna like
it's worth 750 right now.
It's worth more.
But we understand that where people are right now, we want to be different, and we don't think that we should be charging that much right now.
We just want to prove to the world, like we really want to prove to as much people as possible that like what we do and overgive. That's what we want to do. We want to kind of
under promise, over deliver.
Yeah, like we want to over deliver to you.
Yeah,
and that's why our price is where we're at.
And then one quick thing though, just to expand on your potential versus investment. How would you work out someone's potential or define someone's potential?
Okay, perfect. So if you have been on the gym floor quite a while and you have already a nice ordeal of clients, like you've got a batch of clients, you have great potential now because you've probably got a lot of social proof. Your name's probably ringing a bit. You know you're a really good coach, right? Again, if you maybe whatever, but you have a big following on social media, right?
Okay.
Like, or you got a big, so your potential, you just know, and then so you know that with this you've got part of it,
right?
You've got something already.
We just need something to make it go.
You need something to just and let you go and let you fly. That's what I call your potential versus the investment as well. Because if I've talked to someone who's got 10k followers or 5k, or even just is a really good coach on the floor, right, or is in great shape themselves, I know already that and you can be doing around 10k line, like we can get you there, X amount of months. You know what I mean? So your potential now, if I'm telling you that, and then if I can slap a guarantee on that as well, which was the final thing I was gonna touch on. You know what I mean? We've heard people say otherwise. My stance is that slap a guarantee on it. I'm gonna go on favor on the guarantee. I'm gonna ask you where your thing is. With most offers online, whatever type of the business it is, the best way to go is for there to be some type of guarantee on it. Okay. That's my personal opinion. What's yours?
Okay. I think that all business mentors should have a guarantee because it's confidence in what you sell. So I think that it's something that you should do. Like we have a guarantee in our fitness business. I think guarantees are important and it puts your mind at rest. Like I know that if I'm with a coach and they guarantee a certain thing, if it's not achieved and I've done everything that they said, then that means their program didn't work. I don't want there to be any blame on me. And I like to implement. So if someone says, right, do this, I'm going to just try and implement as soon as I can. If it don't work, I'm telling around to you like this ain't working. So I think as you guys scout for business coaches, you want to have one that does have a solid guarantee in place that fills you with confidence, because you want to be confident that, this guy knows what he's, or this girl knows what she's talking about. Like, I'm going to go for it.
Yeah.
What do you think?
It's very telling. Trust me. The guarantee thing is very telling because I've tried both. Tried people who have really good guarantees and people who don't. And it's always the people with the really good guarantees that are like solid. Like there's no complaints.
Yeah.
It's be real. There's no complaints with it.
And they're more like, I feel like when you give a guarantee, and Alex Hormozi's book is really good for this. If you haven't read it, check it out.
$100 million offers. Yeah.
When you make a crazy guarantee, you kind of have to deliver.
You have to deliver, exactly.
Like you have to, innit? Like you just have to. So
everybody's working hard now.
Yeah.
It gives you a sense of, you feel good because you know that I ain't scamming no one.
Yeah.
This ain't some robbery kind of thing. No, like I now need to hold you accountable.
And they can't fail. It's like, I'm going to make this so good that you can't fail unless you don't do it.
Yeah, unless you don't do
don't do it, you can't fail.
And that's fair.
And that's why I put the guarantee there. So if you're looking for a business mentor, make sure they got a solid guarantee. Obviously, we've got a solid guarantee. What's our guarantee?
If you don't make your money back, you get your money back. Straight.
Simple
If
as
you
that.
don't get your money back, you get your money back.
Yeah.
Simple as that. And with that, I think we'll round it up there. I hope this is gonna be a very useful one for you. Yeah. Like we said, we've got a guarantee with what we do. You know, we book a call. That's all I'll say. Book a call and see and find out. And one last point I'm gonna make. One of our best mentors. I want to see if Javen agrees to this on camera. Yeah. I found them through messaging me and on Instagram. Yeah. They also messaged him. He didn't know. He didn't really thought, yeah, I don't know about all of this, right? But they messaged me on Instagram, and I respected something about. I don't even remember I said it. I respected the guy's persistence, and I also looked for clues. I said, how's this guy remembering me and to message me so frequently and just doing it so right? Like, I thought just that alone, I want to know. I said, I just want to know that alone, and that was one of the best decisions of my life in terms of business and everything. Leveled up the game, and it come from being open-minded. So I see a lot of ignorant PTs and coaches out there that think they know everything, that think
I feel like I know what you're talking about as well.
Bro,
like PM conversation.
Yeah, 100%. No shots, just straight, yeah. But we don't say name. Don't be ignorant, man, because it can change your life. And a call, like, if you're so paranoid about a call, what do you think people that you're talking to are gonna be? Like, what energy do you think you're gonna give off? Like, how are you gonna get people to book calls with you? Don't be paranoid about taking calls, especially if they're saying they're not gonna waste your time. They've got this, they've got that. You know, take calls, be open-minded, and just go with the points that we've given you today. But that's me for now. That's all I've got there. Jav, you got anything?
Yeah, man. I think I just want to echo that. Don't be opposed to like talking to people. If we DM you, don't be opposed to talking to us, because like cold messages, there's all different type of marketing: cold marketing, direct marketing, warm leads, lead magnets. Like there's so many different ways that people are going to market to you. And actually, you should be taking the skills away from what you see and what you like. That's how you get better. Like that's how you get better. So yeah, man. There's a saying that success leaves clues, and I'll leave the podcast on that.
That's it. That's us. Remember, check the link in the description. You got our 0 to 5K free webinar. So much things we could talk about here, but take that, and that's gonna at least help you level up and show you some neat but simple tricks that you can try straight in action straight away. Hopefully, there's a link there if any of you want to book a call with us as well. That's us.
All right.
Peace.
Peace.